re-react for you in a very unique way to embody what Townfall is giving us from Screen Burn. One of the developers for the game, alongside Annapurna and Konami, who are publishing, have really hammered home that this game is now in first person. So please enjoy my reaction to the Townfall trailer and the Silent Hill transmission in first person mode.
Minasan, konnichiwa. Silent Hill transmission へようこそ.
Thank you, Okamoto-san. At Annapurna, we're always looking to push the boundaries of storytelling, and we couldn't be more excited and honored to have the opportunity to work with you and the entire team at Konami to co-publish Silent Hill Townfall. Annapurna Interactive is a publisher that not only looks for great stories to tell, but also great teams to tell those stories. And we're so pleased to partner with the very special development team that created Silent Hill Townfall, John, and the entire team at Screen Burn Interactive.
And this project came about because the team at Annapurna and the team at Screen Burn are really passionate about Silent Hill. We're very excited about the unique stories that we're able to tell in this amazing franchise. It's also important to us at Annapurna that the developers we partner with really love the IP that they're working on, and that's exactly what we have with Screen Burn.
To bring something new to the series in terms of setting, and to really think about what Silent Hill, both in concept and gameplay, could look like through a Screen Burn lens.
Yeah, and it's this lens that appealed to us so much when we started working with you and Screen Burn. You know, three teams together could produce something original, exciting for the fans, and show Silent Hill in a way that hadn't been seen before.
Very early, we agreed that we wanted to present this game in first person. And first person is, you know, you have a more limited field of view. There's things happening off screen which you're not always aware of. And, you know, as we know in horror, what happens off screen is sometimes more scarier than what happens right in front of you. And it's really important for the first person perspective, giving the player that extra control over the camera.
It just feels so real. Especially when you're going through it in first person, you kind of feel like you're there.
最も注目すべきは本作が一人称視点である点でしょう。
So wait, are you telling me this game is in first person?
過去作にも一人称要素はあるものの、10時間を超える長編作品としてこの方式を採用したのはタウンフォールがシリーズ史上初めてです。この視点の変化により、プレイヤーはサイレントヒルの恐怖を新たなレンズを通して目撃することになります。恐怖がプレイヤーのすぐそばに迫るだけでなく、スクリーンバーンが考案した新しい戦闘、回避、謎解きのメカニクスとも見事に調和します。
Absolutely. Every feature of the game has been designed with this perspective in mind, but always making sure that while we see the world in this new way, the experience still feels distinctly Silent Hill.
My bet for when it will actually be released is probably a hint in the trailer, I think, where Simon's wristband actually says 15th of the 10th, 59, so I'm guessing it's going to be released around October, if not exactly on that date.
You did.
But what I really liked is that we're getting some different elements. The sound and ambience seems very Silent Hill-esque. I'm feeling a little bit at the moment though, if you can see from the trailer, that it might be a bit Jamesy. You know, I'm getting very much a James Sunderland vibe off Simon. Not the same thing, but having a female voice calling to us, he's confused. He does comment on he's woken up in the water again in the trailer, almost like he's looping or something, or trying to undo something that he did, which again brings in that kind of James Sunderland vibe. So I wonder if they're kind of, being that they are fans of the game, they're very big fans of Silent Hill 2, if they're trying to bring that kind of adjacent type of story in this new setting of St. Amelia, which has been given a Northern European Scottish vibe. The developers are based in Scotland, out of Glasgow, and they've used the concept of the Har, or the cold sea mist that happens between like April and September in Scotland, to give a realism to what causes the fog in this town, which is cool. And yes, the town is real, just like Silent Hill F. They've gone around to different seaside locations in Scotland. Mostly on the east coast, it seems. There has been a lot of their inspiration in St. Monans, and to actually bring together the feeling of walking around a town.
Like this spot, and from here we couldn't see the coast anymore, and we couldn't tell which direction the coast was in, and we immediately felt like in danger. And we ended up with this shot here. The atmosphere is like blue and light. The sun was going down. Everything from that moment was when we kind of realized how this game was going to begin. We have this fog that rolls in on the east coast of Scotland called a har. I got pretty obsessed chasing the har. You know, I wasn't painting images. I wasn't like trying to like imagine what the fog would look like. I could go to a town that looks like St. Amelia and find a fog that looks like Silent Hill and come back and show the team, here's what the game needs to look like. You know, and I would drag other people on my trips with me and be like, you gotta come too. And they're like, really? It's 4 a.m. So that when we come back to the studio, we can try and recreate what we felt, not just what we saw. And then as we get around this corner, yeah, it's literally the same.
It is actually, yeah.
You know, one of the first things we set out to do was like, what can we do with the radio that's not been done before?
I really like what they did with the CRTV, being able to use the visual, not just having the static, so it's just a slight evolution on what we already have. We know this is set in the 90s. I think it's supposed to be about somewhere between 92 and 96. So we have like a older tech aesthetic, which is very in, very now. I don't mind it. It's not exactly just copy and paste of like an 80s vibe in the future, like a lot of other games are doing at the moment. And now I think that's kind of like reached its end, that aesthetic. You know, we can move on to something else.
And actually use it. So we were really keen on having the player tune with the CRTV, actually go through the frequencies, discover narrative content, but also being able to use it as a tool to see where enemies were. So yeah, we teach the peek mechanic, which gives the player a little bit extra mobility around where the camera can be. So you can peek up and to the sides to see around corners or over walls.
I keep doing this as I lean.
Well, what are your thoughts? What do you think about the transmission? What do you think about the trailer? Let me know your thoughts. Are you excited for it to come out? And do you also think my idea of it releasing on the 15th of October 2026 is the plan? Until the next time the Silent Hill transmission hits, I will see you then.